While demand for crab increases around the world, BC's crab fishing industry must balance profit with maintaining a healthy crab population. But what is a healthy population? Well, researchers at the Royal BC Museum are looking into the past to figure that out, estimating crab populations over thousands of years. The problem, crabs don't fossilize well, so researchers had to count them using claw marks instead.
We don't have a lot of historical information about how healthy crab populations are, and they're one of the most valuable fisheries in BC and becoming more so. So I'm basically trying to determine how healthy crab populations are by reconstructing their populations through time. Crabs themselves don't have a great fossil record because they have this thin exoskeleton that doesn't really preserve in the fossil record because they have skeletons made of chitin, which is like the material made from your fingernails. So to try and understand how things like commercial fishing and climate change have impacted crab populations, we have to use other sources of information. So yeah, crabs don't preserve very well, but their prey, clams and snails, any kind of mollusk, preserve really, really well. So we can use their prey instead. So I basically am looking at a whole bunch of seashells, so things like clams and snails, looking for evidence of crab predation marks. So when a crab comes up to a clam, let's say, and wants to eat it, it'll try and pinch the shell and crack the shell open. And oftentimes that fails, and so what's left over is this little kind of triangular crab claw-shaped mark. And we can actually use those as a proxy for how many crabs there were in a given area through time. It would be things like Dungeness crabs, which is the main fishery. Red rock crabs are the other ones. They have really nice, strong claws. It's really hard to tell how healthy and how sustainable these fisheries are. So the idea with this is to try and get that baseline where there's that missing data and reconstruct it kind of pre-commercial fishing, pre-human, pre-industrial, how far back can we go and what is sort of a natural state versus what it looks like today. A reference point for how much change has occurred and how healthy are things.
This Week in History, brought to you by the Royal BC Museum, bringing British Columbia's stories together.